Hello everybody, finally the game loaded. Oh man, it takes like 4 minutes on the ST to load. Anyway, this is of course Gold of the Americas, and the sound you can hear every few seconds is from outside and there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, so let's see about the game. The game was released in mid-late 80s for the Atari ST, and I think for a couple more platforms, DOS, not sure about the Amiga. Anyway, it is a turn-based strategy game where you can play the role of the leader of the colonial forces of one of the major powers of the time, that is Spain, Portugal, France or England. Now let's set. I'm not going to play of course a full game because that will take quite a long time, although not as long as a civilization game. And let's go as England. Historical sound on. Alright, let's play. Now, the map is kind of random unless you, well, of course if you use historical here, they are not random. But if you use random for New World, then what its territory gives is random. And Europe, historical or not, what that gives you is different types of diplomatic relations with the countries of the time. Now waiting for the game to load. It's not exactly the most fast game to start. Anyway, yeah, England. And this is what happens at the beginning of each turn. It gives you a nice brief. This screen basically says who you are at war with and who are your allies, and how many colonies you have, and how many victory points, how much money you have, and how much money in your secret funds you have. I'll talk about this in a few seconds. After that, you get the income you get each turn, and you decide on what to spend it. Now, you can buy an army. Each box here is one army. You can buy a colonist. You can buy a trading ship. You can buy a warship. You can buy a pirate, or you can buy slaves. Now, and it also tells you that there is a 2-star general, let's say, available for you when you start moving your pieces around. The green part here, you can see there are 2 boxes here and 1 here, are forces that the European homeland actually give you for free, or sort of free, as you'll find out later. The blue ones, the light blue here, the cyan color boxes, are those that are available for you to buy if you have the money. So no matter how much money you have, you can buy 1 colonist this turn. Now if you had 10,000 or 0, you would still have the option to buy, but of course not being able to. And yes, for the first turn it's not strange to see that you cannot buy any pirate or slave. Buying a pirate enables you to place him on one of the forces, 1, 2, 3, 4, where they raid upon enemy shipping most of the time, and they give you part of the profits from that, without the other European powers know who they work for. Warships are usually used to defend your trade ships from pirates or from other warships from countries you are at war with. Slaves are used as cheap labor force, or extra colonists if you like, but they have the risk that later on in the game will make it much easier for the territory, the colony, to revolt if they have many slaves in them. Armies are used to defend a region, and they are used only once. So if you buy, so for example, if we go with just these two armies here that we already have for free, we can choose where to place them to defend or attack or explore, but at the end of that turn they'll go away. The colonies will remain unless of course there is some reason for them to be reduced, like enemy attack or so on. Trade ships usually stay in a sea for as long as they do not sink. It's the same thing with warships, same thing with pirates too. Alright, let's buy one colonist, because I'm gonna need it to colonize, to start a colony somewhere. Alright, and yeah, its box here costs 500 things, as you can see here. But from what I remember, it's the same for everything. Yes. Well, Fernande, yeah. Fernande is the name of the general available. And if you had more secret funds, you could do that. The problem with secret funds is the home queen or king will eventually figure out you have secret funds and not like it at all. Anyway, let's continue and see the rest of the game. So now you can check its territory. Of course you can check the unexplored territories, but you don't get to see anything. So let's see, Bahia. Not sure the name this Tupinamba means. I think it's the name of the tribe, the local tribe. This is how much profit will be in terms of food, how good the land is. This actually improves income and population increase. This small thing is basically, how can I say, from what I figure anyway, it's the mines, the ore, the potential for mining in the territory. And this is, I think, the weather like. Don't remember anything else about it. And these four little people with the spears are the enemy presence of, not the enemy, but the presence of the local tribes in the area. And 4 is quite large, so because each one is as large as one army. Now the thing with the tribes is they don't always attack you. So for example here, it doesn't mean that you have to defeat them to create a colony. You can create a colony without any armies, but it makes it a bit more risky if they decide to attack. So let's see, I think this is the best territory, Cuba, West Indies. So let's see if we can do that now. I think we need to place it here. Oh no, alright, sorry. Alright, let's create, we'll send one colonist and two armies. Now when they reach, yeah, the way the game works is I play my turn and the other players or AI play their turns, and then everything is calculated. So if I send troops here to colonize and the other enemies, the other countries do so, then there is a good chance they will fight each other. That's how the game works. It looks like we have a trade ship here. Well, we have 3. That's good. Cannot move them, but they are there. That will provide a good income for now. So let's send our warship there, because if we don't send it anywhere, we're gonna lose it to defend. And let's send an explorer to Venezuela. There. If he manages to explore the area, by the way, if you have a surplus of armies, it will be good to send the armies with him. Now, if he manages to explore the area, there is a good chance he'll also give you several money from it. Oh, and there you can see a gold bar. This means that the area can give you extra money but from what I remember, the gold bars actually go down to 0 after a few turns, so have that in mind. Alright, let's press continue. Colony management. Here we provide basic orders for how we want our colony to be developed. This is a high tax rate, this is more balanced, and this is low. Sort of. At the same time, this means that the population will increase a bit better. It's kind of complicated. I usually go for medium all around. Alright, this is what the Spanish player does. Tries to colonize West Indies and sends 2 explorers and 1 trade ship or something there. France tries to colonize this, okay. Not France, what was it? Portuguese, I think. Alright. And let's see what happens. Okay, we didn't colonize, the French did. The Spanish did. Alright, let's press continue. Of course, we're at war with France because we went to the same area, I guess. I don't know, I didn't notice. Sorry. But we are at war with France. Colony wiped out by the Spanish, probably. Venezuela expedition vanished without trace. That's a shame. His Majesty graciously permits you to donate 700 to the crown. Of course we have 0, since we have no income, and just 100 in the second fund, so we cannot give him any. You incompetent bungling fool, the treasury is empty. Yes, I know. I fear His Majesty will not be happy with your donation. Yep. Diabolical French dogs declare war on your peaceful nation. So we just found what happened. Why we are at war. And there we go again from the beginning. 0 money, of course, just 1 army, and we have a 3-star general. That's good. Although of course, but of course we cannot really do much apart perhaps from raid the enemy territory. When you are not at war with one, you can only raid the territory. When you are at war, you can invade the territory. Although from what I remember, you also have to have a neighboring colony. Although could be wrong about that. He sends more colonies and perhaps he sends armies, I don't know. Portugal, France. Alright, let's find out what happened now. We're not at war with anyone, that's good. Raid on West Indies is a great success. Loot 700. Wow, that's good. Yeah, I don't have 800, but he's going to ask us to give him money from our secret funds. Yes, and the reason why I say yes is because I want their support now for colonies and ships and armies. But he doesn't give us anything now apart from more armies. Okay. So, yeah, this is not worth raiding. Let's send him there to raid. Nothing more we can do. It's better to play with a randomized world because you get more things to do. But, you know, it's not bad with historical either, especially if it is your first time. Raid on West Indies is a great success. Loot 1300. That's very good money for a raid, especially this early in the game. Another 800. Son of... Yes, okay. You're welcome. And finally we can buy a colonist. Good. Well, there is only one territory we can send him to. Sorry guys. Alright. Come on. Hopefully it will work. And let's explore Quebec. Let's try this. Low tax. Perhaps it will make the natives a bit more peaceful. And nothing. Why not? What happened? Well, we're not at war with anyone. Newfoundland, the Naskapi are revolting, yes. You can see quite a bit of graphical violence for the time. Natives lose 0, we lost both our armies and our colonist. Colony wiped out. Quebec expedition vanished without trace. Yeah, and the Majesty requires 900. Let's say it's not the best. Your Secret Service steals a platter, the Pacific is open. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything with that. So this is how the game goes. I'm doing quite badly now. But the game opens quite a lot when you manage to build a few colonies and the money start rushing in and all that. It's a very good strategy game and quite fun for many players too. Hot seat, of course. And this is The Gold of the Americas by SSG. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.